Hey everyone, this is a quick review and demonstration of the WorkSharp Precision Adjust Elite Knife Sharpener. So they sell a basic version of this that has just one sharpening stone set up, and then they sell the Elite kit which has multiple grits and then a leather strop as well. So I'm going to walk you through how to use this thing and the results I've gotten from it. So first off, it comes with a really nice kind of hard-sided carrying case with a carrying handle on it that holds everything that you need. You unzip it and pull that out. And then you can unbuckle this and move the foam out of the way, and you've got your 3-piece sharpening guide right here. And it's really easy to assemble. You just take this back part, and you see it's got clips right here, snaps into place. Then you take the front, and this just magnetically is held in right there. Also on the bottom of this, you've got non-slip rubber feet, so it doesn't walk all over the place when you're sharpening your knife. So when you put this in, you want the knife blade on the side that goes down when you rotate it and the handle to go up and over. Otherwise, you'll have to pick up the stand every time you turn it around. So put the back of your knife blade in here. And when you do it, that should really be in the center of the blade. So we're up as far as we can get right here, as far as we can get right here. And this rubberized grip is holding the knife blade so it's not going to scratch it up. Next, you want to set the angle that you're going to sharpen your blade at. A good one for pocket knives and general use is 25. If you're going to be really rough on a knife, you might want to go up to 30. If you're doing fine vegetable slicing and things like that, sometimes you want to go 20 or 15. So literally to adjust this, it's just a screw style adjustment, and you can move it up and down. I usually keep mine on 25 for pocket knives. So this center portion right here that holds the knife rotates 180 degrees. To do that, you push in the back right here, the little button, and just turn. Once you've got that, you can start with your heavier grits. The kit that I have, the Elite kit, it's got a 220 very coarse grit, 320, 400, and you just rotate them and they pop into place. And then if you want to attach them, there's just a little hole in the bottom of this. It's magnetically held on, and it just rests right there. And it makes it super easy to sharpen your knife. So you start at the base of the blade, and you just make light back and forth passes all the way to the front. You got to pay a little bit more attention up at the tip and make sure you're getting good contact, and then make several passes like that. Should be able to feel a little bit of a burr as you're doing that. Once you've got a good burr, you can flip sides and go with the same grit. You want to do an even number of passes on each side before swapping grits. When you feel like you've got enough passes done with a coarser grit, you can move on to finer grits. The nice thing about all of these is they've got these little rubber O-rings that can limit how far you slide it either way. So you can give yourself more travel or less if you want to. So we did 400. We're going to move on to 600. There's also an 800 and a ceramic for when you're getting up in pretty fine tuning. And then lastly, we'll use a strop on it. The difference with the strop is you only go with the blade. You don't want to go against the blade or it's going to shave little bits of leather off of this. And then on this side, if you've got a serrated blade, you've got a circular ceramic for sharpening serrations. It's a nice extra addition this one has. All right, so there it is, all done. Go ahead and remove this. We've got a very sharp blade. Get any dust off of that, metal dust off, and we'll go ahead and do some shaving. That definitely is very sharp now. So puts a great edge on a blade, lasts a long time. If you've got a high quality knife blade, you can see it didn't scratch up the blade at any point where it was holding it. It's fairly consistent with angle. Now with the way this works, if your knife is in it at a little bit of an angle, obviously just as the way the geometry works, you're working with 3D here, the farther away you are, if you're farther away over here, you're technically going to be at slightly shallower of an angle. So if the knife is angled a little bit when it's in the block, it's at least going to be consistent back and forth. That's why it's nice that it flips it back and forth about that center axis. You'll get a consistent angle out of it, but it might be a little bit off of 25 degrees. honestly, I don't care as long as it's close to that and that's what it's doing. So gives you a great consistent edge to your knife. It makes it very sharp. I've gotten great results. I've seen people complain that this is plastic, and yes, it does deflect a little bit. Like you can see when you push down, there's a little bit of play to it, but it's honestly, it's good enough. And maybe it doesn't put a perfect exact angle on it, but you're still getting consistency. And that's why it says gently apply pressure, not, bear down on it super hard. So I think this is a great system. I haven't seen any creep on this screw. It's self-locking when you've got it in there, and there's also it's just magnetism holding it on, so you're not putting a ton of force on it either. So it's a good jig, great repeatable results. I definitely recommend it.